Hello my friends and welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So this morning I actually slept in a little bit later than normal and it was a wonderful surprise. It was also a very wet and foggy morning, which was actually quite beautiful, but poor little Quinn did not want to leave the deck. It took me some time, but I finally convinced her to leave the deck and give the wet grass a try, and she quickly forgot about it as soon as she started playing with Rayma. Even with my slow start this morning, I would like to get a lot of little projects that I've been wanting to get done, completed, and off of my to-do list. Things like adding a few fall touches around my house, spray painting a couple of chairs that my mom gave me that I think would look very nice painted up. But the main project I want to get done today is decorating my front porch. Last week I went out and bought a whole bunch of pumpkins, and they're just sitting out there. I haven't done anything with them yet, so I would really like to get that done today, so that is my main focus of the day. But first, I'm going to start in the kitchen. Last night I didn't get all the counters wiped down before I went to bed, so I'd like to get that done, put away the dishes that I left out to air dry overnight, and maybe clean up the floor just a little bit as well. Once that's done, I'll feel like my house is nice and tidy, and I can go ahead and work on some projects. I decided to go ahead and polish the countertops as well. I picked up this cleaner at Aldi. It's called Boulder Clean, and it's their version of like a method cleaner. This is the granite and stainless steel cleaner, and it works wonderfully. I know they have a couple different ones with different scents. I can't remember exactly what all they were, but I will try to link this down in the description box if I can find a link for you. But next time you're at Aldi, check out their cleaning supplies and pick up some of this. It is definitely worth it. I also wanted to share with you something that my husband bought for the kitchen so that I could use it. It is the Echo Show 10, and I absolutely love it. I use it to play music, look at my calendar, watch YouTube, Netflix. I'll ask it to give me the news headlines or turn on lamps around the house. It is absolutely a wonderful thing, and now I don't have to use my phone to like watch my shows or listen to my music. It definitely is a nice thing to have around, and I'm so glad that he bought it for me. By the time I had the kitchen cleaned up, it was beautiful and sunny and bright outside, so I thought I could go ahead and get started on my next project, which is spray painting some chairs. The first thing I wanted to do was get them all washed up because they are a little dirty looking. So I have this wonderful scrub bucket here. It's filled with some hot water and some good old Dawn dish detergent. Please tell me I am not the only one who saves ice cream buckets. This is something that I learned from my mom, and as soon as I had a house of my own, I followed suit and have been doing it ever since. They obviously make great cleaning buckets, but they also are great for storage because they stack so nicely. When the kids were little, I used them to corral small toys. I use them now in the garage for like nuts and bolts and small little things that need to be in some sort of container that you can find them in. I use them in my craft room to corral little things, sewing notions, paints, things like that. And when I'm using them to store things in, I seriously am not fancy at all. I will slap on a big piece of duct tape and write on the front of it what's inside the bucket, which is not at all Pinterest worthy, but it does get the job done. While I was cleaning the chairs, I realized that one of the chairs had a few gouges out of the main finish, and then some of the areas were crackling a little bit, so I figured I should take the time to sand things down. So I took my 3M sanding block. This is a fine grit sanding block, and I'm just going to go over any of the areas on the chair that look a little damaged and I think might look flaky when I go to give it a new coat of paint. I realized pretty quickly that a fine grit sandpaper was not going to do the trick, so I grabbed my Gator detail sander. It's this little foam handle that has Velcro on the bottom, and you can attach different grit sandpaper to the bottom of it. It is such a nice tool to have on hand. It's tiny so you can get into little areas, and I absolutely love it. I will link it down in the description box. I also have it on my Amazon list if you're interested in something like this. I used a coarse grip sandpaper first and then followed up with a fine grit. While I was working, the babies kept a very close eye on me. I finished up the sanding and then I washed the chair off again and let it sit to dry for a little while before I moved on with the project. About that time, the babies must have been feeling rejuvenated from their rest time because they decided to start a puppy brawl in my living room. While they were having fun, I decided to move on to my next task. I am very slowly adding a touch of fall decor to my house, and I wanted to set out two of my throw pillows with my favorite fall covers on them. I made them sometime last year around this time, I think, if I can remember correctly, from a vintage sheet that I found at the thrift store. I adore the floral print and the colors that they use. I think it is absolutely perfect for fall. I have a tutorial on how to make these pillow covers, which I can link below for you, and I am just using my favorite pillow inserts from IKEA, which I can link below as well. They are down-filled and they always look absolutely inviting and cozy. I placed the pillows on two of the armchairs that I have in my living room, one of which Rayma has claimed as her own. So I went ahead and refolded and fluffed her blanket for her and then repositioned it on the chair so it's ready when she wants to take a little snooze. Even though the dogs were still wrestling in the living room, it didn't take long for Raymond to realize that I was messing with her stuff, and she came scurrying back over to claim her spot. I don't know. She doesn't seem too concerned about it. By this time, it was time to take the chairs outside and get them ready to be painted. But first, I'm going to use some primer on the chair that I did some sanding on. I have found that on older furniture, the raw wood can sometimes bleed through the paint, and a coat of primer will prevent that. So I went ahead and used my Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Ultra Care 2X primer today. It's what I had on hand, and pretty much the only spray primer that I ever use. I gave the chair 2 quick coats and then I left it to dry for a while. In the meantime, I figured it was the perfect time to pull out my fall decor bins from under the steps. I have to ask you guys a question. Does anyone else avoid tasks like this for as long as possible, like I do? I mean, filling the space up is no big deal. I could do that all day, every day, no problem at all. But if you ask me to dig something out, I can put that off for days. I mean, seriously, it is a problem. Once I found the bins I needed, I packed everything back inside, and then I went outside to give my chairs a coat of paint. Once again, I'm using Rust-Oleum's Painter's Touch Ultra Cover X2 in the color white, and this is a flat paint. I looked at 2 different stores for either a satin or a semi-gloss and couldn't find any, so I had to go with the flat, which isn't ideal, but I can make it work. Since I really do need to get this project done, spray painting season is almost over here in Minnesota. It's going to be just a matter of days, I feel, before it gets too cold to be spray painting outside, so I really didn't want to have to put this project off any longer. I gave both chairs 1 good coat of paint, and then I'll wait an hour, hour and a half or so, and then I'll come back out and give it 1 more light coat of paint. As I wait for the first coat of paint to dry on the chairs, I carried up all of the bins of my fall decor. Now this is only stuff that's down the stairs. Like I have some pumpkins and florals in my storage area up here as well that I still need to dig out, but this is the bulk of it right here. So let's see what we got. This one I think is just plastic pumpkins. So I don't know that I'm going to use these. Oh, I have a little wreath, but I don't like that wreath. So I got pumpkins, blow molds, that sort of thing, and that one. This is really cute. I may try to use this instead of a wreath on the front door, like hanging on the door and like stick in a whole bunch of like greenery and stuff, or leaves. I'm not really sure. We'll see how it goes. Okay. This one's got little bits of leaves that I used last year to decorate with. And then it looks like I've got a lot of little pumpkins in there as well. So I'll have to dig through that. What's in here? Oh, more plastic pumpkins, stuff like that. This is a fabric pumpkin that I started making last year, which I'm hoping to have time to finish up this year. I made a smaller version of that last year, and I'll have the tutorial for you if you'd like. I'll put it down in the description box. They turned out super cute. It's one of my favorite pumpkins, and I totally want to make some more this year, but I am running out of time. So hopefully I can at least get that one done so I can use it. All right, and then I got more in here. Oh, I bought this at the end of the season last year and never even used it. So I'm totally going to use that this year. And then it looks like more pumpkins that I need to unwrap. So, you know what? I'm going to take this over to my little thing right now. Put it on the counter so I remember to use it, because most likely that's where it will end up, somewhere on this little tray here. All right, so I don't know how much I'm actually gonna get unpacked with this stuff today. I need to decorate my front porch. That is the next thing on the list. And I know I'm going to need some of the plastic pumpkins, but I don't see them in here. I think they're in a different bin. So I'm going to have to go do some more searching. But I think for sure I'm going to use this one. It's a little Minnie Mouse one that Zoe bought when she was totally into Minnie Mouse. Oh, and then you guys, look at this. This is a vintage pumpkin given to me by my mother-in-law. I've had it for years. She had it for years. Like when my husband was a little kid, she had this. And I keep forgetting to get it out every year. Well, this year I found it when I was moving. And I'm like, I gotta use it. I cannot tell you how scared I was to open this box after we got moved, because I did not want to open the box and find that it was broken. So I bravely opened the box to find that it was not a problem at all and made it through the move. And I was so happy. I can't wait to use it. I think this little guy, he does light up. He's got a little lights in the back. I think what I'm going to do with him is put him over on this little table over here. And I still need to decorate over there, but that'll probably be another day. But oh my goodness, you guys, I was so relieved that this pumpkin made it through the move, because I was really worried about it. I mean, I packed it in bubble wrap, and I put it in this ginormous box with like all this padding around it, and then I put it inside another box, because the original box that it came in was this one right here. So I used that, I bubble wrapped it, put it in there, and put it into a bigger box, and oh, thank goodness it made it. So I'm super excited about that. All right, so I'm gonna go try to find the rest of my decor that I want to use on the front porch, and then we'll get started on the porch. But before I started on the porch, I just had to see how the new chairs looked in the room. So I took out the old chairs and I replaced them with the newly painted chairs, and I'm so excited. I did go ahead and add some felt pads to the bottom of each of the legs to protect the floors. And I have these grain sack pillows that I made from some fabric that I found at the thrift store, probably years ago at this point, and they are still a favorite of mine. So I decided to add one pillow to each of the chairs to soften things up, and I really love the look. I made the pillow covers the same way I did the other pillows that I shared earlier in the video, and the inserts are once again from IKEA because they are absolutely my favorite pillow inserts ever. And I can't stop buying them. I have quite a few, if you can imagine. The chairs themselves look awesome in the room, and I think they turned out perfectly. One thing that I forgot to film to share with you is the top coat that I use. This is a clear semi-gloss top coat by Rust-Oleum, and I just thought that since I used a flat paint, it needed a top coat. This will make it much more durable and washable. So I gave each of the chairs 2 light coats of the top coat, and that seemed to do the trick. So it is finally time to start working on the porch before I run out of daylight. The rug and pumpkins are from Menards. The mums are from Walmart. So starting by the front door, I laid down the new rug, which is a little small. I knew that it was going to be. I'm still looking for the perfect rug. I want a half circle one, but for now, this will do. A couple weeks ago, I added this old IKEA lantern and this painted terracotta pumpkin that I got from Menards to the corner, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it, but I'm going to fill up the lantern with some battery operated candles, which I just purchased off of Amazon. If you're interested in the candles, I will link them down below. They are wax candles, battery operated. They run off of 2 AA batteries. They're There's also a handy remote so you can turn them on and off. You can set a timer from either 2 hours to 8 hours long. You can set the candle to flicker or steady on. You can also adjust how bright the candles are. The candles come in a pack of 9. There's a 10-inch, one 8-inch, one 7-inch, two 6-inch, two 5-inch, and two 4-inch. And I like how skinny and tall they are. Great for grouping. To light up the pumpkin, I ordered a 3-pack of pumpkin lights off of Amazon. I know they sell something very similar at Walmart in a single package. These are super nice. They're a little wide. They're about 4 inches by 2 inches, and they put off a nice amount of light. Here's what the pumpkin light package looks like. They come in a 3-pack. They run off of 3 AA batteries. They have a simple on and off switch on the back, but they also come with a controller where you turn it on and off, set a timer, control the flicker and the brightness. For fun, I decided to go ahead and add some plastic light up pumpkins into the mix as well. The front porch is looking so much more cozy now. I didn't do a whole lot, but enough to make it festive and fun. Like today absolutely flew by. It's already 7:15. I just barely got the front porch decorated before it got dark. I got done about maybe half hour ago, and I've just kind of been cleaning up all my little messes that I've left throughout the house with my projects today, and it is almost completely dark outside already, which is crazy to me. I'm just not used to it getting dark so early yet. It's always a hard adjustment for me. But that's alright. So my people are long overdue for their dinner tonight, and they are starving, so I'm going to make a quick dinner of mac and cheese and hot dogs. So I've got the water. Ooh, it does look like my water's ready. So I'm going to pop this in the boiling water, get this going, and I should have dinner ready in about less than a half hour. Then I can go sit down, relax, watch a show, and just have a relaxing evening, which I am totally looking forward to. So I hope you guys are able to do the same thing. Have a little me time tonight. Put your feet up, relax, watch a TV show, read a book. Take a little time for yourself and just decompress. It's always such a good thing to do that at night, and I know that sometimes it's difficult to do that, but it makes your next day so much better, if you ask me anyways. I'm no expert, of course, but I know it works well for me if I can just, even if it's only just an hour or a half hour before I fall asleep on the couch. It is so nice to just take that little time for yourself. So try to do that tonight if you can. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a lot of fun getting all those little projects done that I have been wanting to get done, and of course finally doing some fall decorating, which I feel like I'm really far behind on, but that's alright. That's just the way things go these days. So alright guys, that is going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.